Hi there, scholars and families, and welcome to another Black History Month Literacy Links Read Aloud. Today I'm going to be reading a book called Lily Brown's Paintings. And this is a book that I love so much. You all know that Miss Schmidt loves art. And I also love this book for two reasons. Angela Johnson is our author for this book. And Angela Johnson is a very famous African-American children's book author. She's had over 40 books in the last 30 years and has won a number of awards for her work. So I strongly recommend this author for other stories that you can read. She very much focuses on her African-American heritage and on family and experiences she had as a child. And another reason I love this book is because it's illustrated by E.B. Lewis. And E.B. Lewis is a famous African-American artist. He has done a number of illustrations on some of your favorite childhood books. And he tends to focus on watercolor paintings, which works wonderfully for this book because that's what Lily Brown is interested in the story. So I'll definitely recommend looking at the pictures as we go. And let's get started. So this is Lily Brown's Paintings by Angela Johnson and illustrated by E.B. Lewis. And there's a note in the beginning of our story, and our note is from E.B. Lewis. It says, "As a child, my father would take me to work at the Philadelphia Museum of Art. Surrounded by the images of some of my favorite artists, Van Gogh, Gauguin, Matisse, and Klee, I felt inspired. The museum was the playground where my artistic imagination first soared. I imagine that Lily Brown is similarly influenced by my early childhood exposures to art. Perhaps these early experiences helped fuel her vivid imagination and fascination with painting, much like my early exposure to the masters did for me. In Lily Brown's paintings, I find myself paying homage to the artist and having fun with the art I love. A couple of my favorite scenes include Van Gogh's bedroom scene where Lily dances around freely, and the scene where Lily is captivated by a story told by a storyteller on the beach." So it sounds like E.B. Lewis is having a really strong connection to the artist that we're going to read about in this story. Lily Brown loves her mama, daddy, and baby brother, and the world they live in. Sometimes she spins around her room thinking about their world, and it's wondrous. But when Lily Brown paints, her world starts to change. The sunlight turns to stars, and Lily begins flying around them. All the universe is one big, colorful splash. The stars circle the planets in Lily Brown's paintings. And sometimes they come down to earth to hang around sidewalk cafes and shine when the sun goes down. When Lily Brown paints, the trees that she walks past on her way to school wear hats and drink tea on cool days with other trees and the shrubbery. They know Lily and bow to her. Notice how the illustrator created and personified these trees by putting hats on them. And there's a little shrub with a hat. When Lily Brown paints fruit at the corner market, it is striped and polka dotted. It speaks to people, then laughs out loud. When people put the fruit in bags to take home, the apples sing all the way there. And again, you can see that our illustrator has added some faces to these fruits to give them some life, to show the imagination of our painter. In Lily Brown's paintings, the path to the park becomes a wild animal living room with antelopes lounging and alligators on the phone. Lily always remembers to draw them a treat. In Lily Brown's paintings, softly blowing rose-colored winds bring voices from across the ocean. to tell stories that she has never heard. I'm remembering in E.B. Lewis's note in the beginning, this was his favorite page to illustrate. Then Lily Brown listens and paints with blues and orange to let the wind know she has heard them. Sometimes Lily herself walks around in her paintings or sails away through fields of red corn and purple painted skyscrapers. What an imagination on this artist. In Lily Brown's paintings, the colors of people, places, and things change with her heart. People walk upside down and the buildings on streets dance with the airplanes flying above. And it's a whole nother world. Lily paints all that she sees and feels her own way. She puts her world of color and light on anything she can find. It's magical. How beautiful these illustrations are. But at the end of the day, when Lily Brown is about to put her paints away, she remembers her mama's smile, her daddy's eyes, and the way her baby brother holds her hand before he goes to sleep. It's their world again, and it's wondrous. I like this book so much because Lily Brown appreciates two different worlds in this story. She appreciates the world that's in her imagination where the fruit is talking and the skyscrapers are dancing and the people are walking upside down. She loves to have that imagination and she loves to be a part of that world that she can imagine. But also in this story, Lily Brown really loves the family that she's with and her real life as well. So this book is a really good testament, scholars and families, to keep your imagination open, keep on reading, keep on creating art, but also appreciate your family and appreciate the people that you're with. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you soon for another Literacy Links. Have a good day.